Mr. Chang made some points that were skeptical. The first being that homeschooled students don't receive enough social interactions. Although it might be true that they are not on a physical campus surrounded by groups of people, they are still heavily involved and interact within their community. Brian Ray, a researcher for the National Home Education Research Institute, mentioned in March of 2020 that research facts on homeschooling show that the homeschool educated are doing well, typically above average on measures of social, emotional, and psychological development, and goes on to explain that they are involved in community service. Now, it is true that they don't physically interact with people probably their age on a day-to-day basis, but they're still involved in their own community. Another point that Mr. Chang made was that homeschool students are less likely to be well-rounded, and especially when it comes to the education, because they do not have separate teachers who are experts on the subject. Now, although it may be true that these teachers could be a valuable resource because they are an expert on the subject that they are teaching, it is also true that that teacher does not only have one student, it is multiple students. So even when a teacher does teach what they're teaching, not every student can receive 100% of what they are teaching. They cannot absorb all of that. And lastly, Mr. Chang explains that homeschool students lack facilities. Although it is true that homeschool students don't have a gym, for example, right near them and ready to use like on a day-to-day basis, they still have the facilities that a community offers, such as a public library or a public gym. And homeschool students can take advantage of this while still receiving a more personal education that could be more beneficial for them. Thank you.